you. Okay. Oh, I have a clicker. I've never done this before, so be patient with me. My 12-year-old actually put together my slides for me, so it's a family business, right? I just press this one.
I think you can push the down one.
See?
Push the down one.
I just learned that this morning too.
All right.
Push the down.
So before we get into it, I just wanted to share a little bit about my story. So these guys, there we are. They're my line. They're my everything. And I just found out I was pregnant there too, so it's a special day. They are my support team and they keep me going. Actually, when I first got my kid and brought it home, my husband called them wizard tears. But bringing him to events showed him how amazing this business was and how great the community was, so get your husbands to an event. It's important. So before Young Living came into my life, I was working about 50 hours a week managing a restaurant, and at the same time I was managing chronic pain. I was not living in my purpose by any means. I had nothing left to give my family at the end of the day, and it was really, really hard on all of us. And I'm not going to cry, I'm pregnant, so I'm sorry. At the time, I was missing out on everything that was important to us, like field trips, trick-or-treating, Christmas concerts. I missed simple things like weekends with the family, even just working around the yard. But a breaking point for me was when I couldn't attend my 4-year-old's first day of preschool. It crushed me. No one would cover my shift. I remember crying at work after my mom stopped in to say hi, and seeing her with her big backpack on, all ready to start her school journey, and I realized in that moment that I was missing out on life. All the while, I was yearning for another baby, but I wasn't even spending the time I wanted with the children that we had, nor did we have the finances, and I most definitely did not have the time. And all of this hard work, all of this missing out, and we were struggling. I was living paycheck to paycheck. So maybe some of you here can relate. During this time, I worked with Lisa Blackstock, and she would invite me to oil nights, a lot, and recommend oils for me to help me with what I was struggling with, and talk to me all the time about how much she loved the business. Like, she would come back just like vibrating, this is the most amazing convention, and But I had my walls up big time. I politely turned her down several times. I didn't want to get involved in one of those things. Look what happens when you don't give up on somebody, right? I just want to thank you for not ever giving up on me and for being so patient and loving with me. See what that does for somebody? It's huge. I remember one day at work she looked at me and she said, "You are too big for this place." And at the time I did not see what she saw. And I am thankful every day for you, Lisa, for guiding me back to my light and my purpose. I will continue to do that for everyone who will listen to me, and that's such an amazing ripple effect. So thank you. I ran into some health issues in July 2016 that finally led me to saying yes to getting my kit, but I was never ever going to do the business. Gold leader nasty. Like most of you, I fell in love with the product, and I just started to share naturally. I love my oil nights, and it was really fun making enough money to cover my product, but never ever did I think that I was going to say that I was going to be a diamond one day, or that I would be speaking up here in front of all of you guys on a stage like this. But the more that I shared Young Living, the more messages I was getting from people that I loved who were feeling better than ever. And on the other hand, it was magnifying how negative my workplace was. So over here in the Young Living world, I was making an impact. And over here in the restaurant world, nobody cared or appreciated at all what I was doing. They only noticed what I wasn't doing. Needless to say, I was becoming more and more intrigued with Young Living. In October, Lisa invited me to GoPro, and I had every excuse in the book why I couldn't attend. I didn't have the money, I couldn't get the time off, I had a family, etc. But one night at an oil night, one of my downline members said they were going to Vegas and they were ready to grow, and there was no way I was going to stay home and be stuck. That's the red in me. I'm a little competitive. So I booked a ticket I couldn't afford at the time, but little did I know, I couldn't afford not to. It is definitely true what they say. The best investment you will ever make is in yourself. It was at this event my view on network marketing changed. Now, not only did I have a product that I was obsessed with, I had a business model that I believed in with my whole heart. And I made the decision I was really going to do it. So no more try, only do. I'm a big believer in goal setting, so I wrote in my journal that I was a goal November 31st, 2017. This was in November 2016. I was a senior star at the time. And on November 31st, 2017, we hit gold. 1 year after becoming intentional and taking massive action. I get asked a lot how we got gold so fast, and I like to say, besides really hard work, consistent effort, and a positive mindset. First off, I have an amazing tribe. I could not do this alone. I'm grateful for my upline, my crossline, my downline. It really takes everyone working together. If you are not linking arms with the people around you, you are missing out on a big piece of the puzzle. I will say that. Secondly, I followed the people who had the success that I wanted, and I did what they did, and I didn't waste my time on anything else. I also lead from the front, meaning I will never ask my team to do anything that I'm not doing. I'm always leading by example, just as my leaders have done for me. It is so important to be coachable, as Lisa touched on as well. If you're in a dark cave and you're lost, and someone comes up to you with a lit torch and says, "Follow me, I know the way," and they're lighting the path for you, are you going to say, "Nah, I got this, think I'll figure it out, eventually I'll find the light," right? Maybe you will, but it's going to take you a real long time, so why not just follow the person that's doing it, right? Oh, I got another little... Success leaves clues. So follow the people with the success that you want. They know the way, they have learned from making mistakes. Learn from them instead of repeating the same mistakes. It'll be a much quicker path, I promise. And third, I follow a simple system. I like simple. If it's complicated, I won't do it. That's when my blue comes in. It needs to be fun and easy. These are the steps I've taken to achieve my success, and the exact same steps I will follow to get to platinum and then to diamond. So the simple system I follow and train my team, and I will kind of break it down as we go. So plant seeds 2 a day, 101, minimum 1 per week. ER is everything. Enroll and equip, share the opportunity. Events, inviting is a skill. Fill your calendar with 101s, events, and opportunity meetings. Utilize the promos at hand, personal development, love on your members, repeat, in any order. They all work. So planting seeds is one of the most important things that you can do for your business and for your life. Making genuine, authentic connections with people is everything. People will join with who they have a relationship with, not with the person who's posting the most on social media. So when you send out a massive invite to a one-on-one, it doesn't work. People don't feel the connection. You need to make that. So make it personal. Plus people have a harder time saying no when it's over the phone or over a personal message, right? Don't scroll. Okay, so I reach out to 2 people a day, and I do not bring up oils or the business. I just say that I miss them, I ask them how their family's doing, I compliment a picture that I saw, make that connection, because when it comes time to invite them, or when the need comes up, you have established the trust, and trust me, every single person needs these products. It will come up naturally. This is a very simple and effective way to grow your network. Plus, if nothing else, it feels amazing to feel close with people and connect with people, right? So 101s. I have built my whole organization this way. I have not, and I personally will not stray from the 101. Remember what simple duplicates. The first time I went to a 101 was at Lisa's. She had very simple snacks out. We sat around in her living room, and she just had a kit of oils. And to me, as someone who was never doing this business, I was like, hey, I've got that kit. She's a silver leader, I can do this, right? Simple is duplicable. I knew that I didn't need to spend a ton of money on products. I only needed something that I already had, so that was my aha moment of maybe I can. Something Lisa drilled into my head once I started doing this was to be consistent and to always have a minimum of one one-on-one a week. By having a set date, you always have a place to invite people to. You don't ever want to try and over-explain what Young Living is to someone at the checkout or the grocery store or at your child's school, wherever. It's way easier to say, hey, we're having a class, come, than it is to try and explain everything that is the awesomeness of Young Living. So, as for the one-on-one itself, keep it simple. If you have all the answers or you're the expert on all things oily, you can name everything that's in an oil blend. It's not duplicable. You want the most shy person in the room thinking, I can do this, right? And you want the most confident person in the room thinking, if she can do this, I can do this. That's good. You want that. Don't be the expert. I still say that I don't know what's in an oil blend. I just know that it works. I know what's in the oil blend, everybody. I'm just a mom, and I know that this helps my family, right? If there's too much food or way too many products, papers everywhere, someone might think that they can't afford to do it. So you don't want that either. Trust me, less is more. Not everyone can afford to put out a huge spread once a week. So some people will think that they can't afford to do the business. So some people will do all these things that I'm suggesting not to do, and they'll say, well, it's working, I'm selling kits. But in this business, it's not what works, it's what duplicates, right? For me, I like to, yes. I also like to have Ninja out for tasting in the thieves line, and that's just easy peasy, right? Another piece of advice I would give is do not have the catalogs out during your 101, because I find people get pretty distracted. They start flipping, they want single oils, which is bad, they're not listening to the presentation. No bueno, don't do it. See, I'm coachable. At the 101, we really drive home about the lifestyle. So we talk about the Thieves Kit, about the Ninja, how important it is to remove out the bad and put in the good, so they can see and feel some real changes. Now we have their mind thinking about their future orders as well. So no matter what, somebody wants to start on one of our amazing starter kits, and now they want all the kits. The goal is always a kit and always on ER, and guess what? Because they got signed up that way, that's how they're gonna sign people up. So don't ever sell single oils, okay? Be confident, they need the kit. One oil is not gonna change your life, right? At our 101s, we always tell people whether they get a kit or not to come back. If they get a kit, come back to our next class. This is a lot of information coming at you, and there's always new stuff to learn. I would hate for you to get a kit and for it to just sit there. Remember, confident oil users are confident oil sharers. Getting them back to a class is as important as getting them a kit. If they don't get a kit, I still say come back. Sometimes it takes hearing the info more than once to make a decision. Some of my best leaders took up to 6 classes. I just want to do something real quick. I'm going to have Angela Backus just stand up. This girl here took 6 classes before she got her kit. Now, if you're on Angela's team, can you stand up? If you're under Angela Backus, and I know a lot of your people are at a dental convention right now because you guys are all the hygienists in the house. So thank you for being here. So if I would have had 1 class a month, think about how long it would have taken me to get Miss Angela on my team, right? But because we had consistent classes, it took a month, right? Some people are trying to figure it out financially as well, right? So you got to give people some time and love on them. Don't pressure them. The people who don't come back, who don't answer your messages and ignore you, they're not your tribe, move on, focus on the people who are excited. We have a nice system where we help each other out, we invite to each other's 101s, we help each other grow. It's amazing when you have oily people in your audience when you're doing a 101, right? Because then you have people throwing in their testimonies and they're sharing their love of the products, and it's not just you up there like, this is the most amazing thing ever. And yeah, it's better to have like your oily people with you. And you know who's really loving the journey when they keep coming back. So to me, those are my builders. I get them up to speak, I grow their confidence. Remember, you don't want to create followers in this business, you want to create leaders. I always mention how much I love getting together and talking health and wellness and how good it is for the soul. People want to come back to that. Getting together with positive people who are like-minded is something that this world is missing. So to me, that's like my favorite place to be. I don't ever make it about sales. There's never pressure. It's more about growing a community and confident business builders and product users. The sales will come naturally and you will make friends for life. Do you see how valuable the 101 is? By the way, I still learn new things every single time I attend one, right? I think we all do. We all say that. I didn't know that. Essential rewards. This is where your residual income really comes in. So if you're not signing people up on ER, you are starting your business from scratch every single month. Not good. Instead of adding to it. And can you imagine if you weren't on ER, all the free things? Be confident in sharing because it's amazing. It's way easier to start somebody on essential rewards than it is to try and get them on it after a few months. So don't over-explain it. Again, keep it simple. We have the most amazing rewards program ever. I start everyone on it so they get a free oil and a $10 credit. Plus, we really need to drive home that this is a lifestyle change. No more toxins in the home. They need ER. I feel like we're almost ripping them off. Transfer buying is a great point to bring up. They are not spending extra money. They're just transferring the money they already have onto spending onto much healthier products. Plus, no driving from store to store reading labels. The products show up to my door. It doesn't get much simpler. I will say, let's say next month you get the Thieves Kit and the following month you get the Ninja. Then you have $30 in credits, 3 free oils, and a free diffuser, which everyone needs more than one. Plus, you'll be at 20% back. It's the best value for you. I've got you. Don't worry, I've got you. And then follow up with them, love on them, help them. Show them how to order, teach them to fish, and they will eat for life. So enroll and equip, as Jolene said, it's not a finish kit, it's a starter kit. So please do not sign somebody up and then leave them to the wind to figure it out for themselves. Welcome them on the pages, get them to download the Reference Guide app and the Thick Dirty app. I like to send out a welcome package with Fearless Confidence with Essential Oils by Sarah Harnish. And once they get added to our Awesome Oily page, we tag them in a 101 so they can watch it at their own convenience, tag them in an Essential Rewards video that explains it easy, and we tag them in a Thieves 101. See how I'm never the one with all the answers? I'm just showing them where the info is. Anyone can do this. Again, what we do duplicates. This is what they will do for their people as well. So how easy is it to tag somebody in a video? The information is already all there for us, guys. We don't need to recreate the wheel. With builders, it's much the same. Show them the wildgreenteam.com, get 25 to life and the 4-year career in their hands. And once they rank up, I like to get game plan in their hands as well. So it's really about plugging your people in a way that's easy for them to duplicate out to their people. So the opportunity, you guys, share it, don't be scared. I can tell you with my whole heart that I am beyond grateful that it was shared with me. I always share it with my 101 because as amazing as these products are, this opportunity is such a blessing. I share my journey where I've come from and where I'm going. If you don't tell them, they don't know. Get the income disclosure in people's hands. It's a very, very powerful tool. Share this gift with confidence. I still have to pinch myself. I can't believe I get paid to do what I do and like hang out with my friends and in like 7 more weeks drink wine again. But right now it's tea and I'm okay with that too. Someone out there is looking for a way out like I was, right? And I was stubborn. So don't give up on people, love on them, and be their light. Events, I think there's gonna be like a common theme up here with all of us like touching on this, right? Every single time I have attended something like this, it has changed me. I have grown as a person, not only more about the products and what makes our company so amazing, but I have built relationships that will last a lifetime. I found my why at an event. I decided I was going to do this for real at an event. I made the decision to quit my job at an event. I don't know who was in Vegas with me. I was like bawling. Then I said it out loud to people too, so that I really had to do it. There's no turning back. So speak your goals out loud too, that's important. Events really feed your soul and they keep you focused and they keep you excited, so come. But you know what's even more important than coming? Bringing your people to events is more important even than you coming, right? Do not show up alone. Make it your job to get people there. My goal has always been to show up with more and more people at each event, and it's happened, so see, those goals. I've never taught anything but the 101, but I have a ton of people who buy all the products, and that's because I invite them to all the things, and that's where we all learn about it, right? Like monthly meetings, Jolene's chemical-free presentation, rally, GoPro, everything and anything. They will grow like you have grown, and they will be inspired like you have. And because you invited them passionately, they will do the same for their people. See, are we noticing a trend? Your people are going to do what you're doing. So filling your calendar. So more meetings equals more momentum, equals more money. So fill your calendar with 101s, events, and opportunity meetings. That should be your main focus. Even when I didn't have people yet, I would write 101 on my calendar and circle it in green because that meant like money-making activity. And somehow it just worked out and it was successful. And I'm from the small town of Canoe, where when I got my starter kit, everyone told me that everyone already had oils, there was no like room for me to grow there, and guess what? I did it. So don't get in your own way. Inaction breeds fear and doubt, so the real trick is to keep moving and keep connected. Plus staying connected to your oily tribe feels amazing, right? I just want to throw in something that Adam Green said to me too. 1 class a week is great, but 3 classes a week is like doing 3 months worth of growth in 1 month, right? That was like, ding! My calendar's full too, like I can show anyone it's packed. I can tell you building this business fast is way easier because you're keeping excited, you're keeping consistent, and you're there for your team and they see you leading from the front, right? So momentum is really everything. Fill your calendar. Even if you don't know what that's going to look like, I just mark those spots off. So promos. You guys, we are so fortunate to have such generous leaders, but so many times I will see people not utilizing the promos at hand. Sometimes I will see builders excited to win the promo. And you know what will help you win? By getting the people below you excited to win those promos, right? Even more important than you getting it. It's part of your job to leverage what's in front of you. So really dig down deep and let them know. Personally reach out, and they will do that for their people as well. And you know what? Their OGV will grow and your OGV will grow. Personal development is huge for your success. I recommend 20 minutes a day, whether that's a book, a podcast while you drive, YouTube while you make dinner, it doesn't matter. Your business will only grow as big as you grow yourself. Invest in yourself. Mindset is everything in this business. Whether you think you can or you think you can't, you are right. If I didn't read books about leadership or attend events or listen to motivational speeches, I can tell you I would not be able to handle the responsibilities it takes to be a gold leader. I would be problem focused still, probably, and not solution driven. So my thing for me is that I will continue to learn and grow every day so that I can be the best leader for my team. Plus, everything I've read and everything I've listened to has helped me to be a better friend, a better mother, a better wife, a better human being. Everyone should have the goal to be a little bit better than they were the day before. And imagine if we all had that mentality. What would that look like? I can't stress enough how important it is to stay focused on abundance and never focus on lack. I have had people leave my team to join other teams, okay? I have had no-shows at my 101s where me and Lisa ate all the day. I have lost an entire leg, right? I've been through everything that you've been through, trust me, and everyone above me has been through it as well. But I don't let it get me down, maybe for a second, but I pick myself back up and I listen to something motivational, whatever that means to you. I love Les Brown, that's my jam. But whatever that is for you. So I keep my why at the forefront. Energy flows where your attention goes. So if you're focused on the no-shows, that your builders are not doing enough, or that a person said they would sign up and then they didn't, that's what you're going to keep seeing, right? So focus on the people who are excited. Run with the runners. Every single person at the top has dealt with this, so you just got to keep focused on the positive. And Jim Rohn said, to have more, you have to become more. So I think I say everything is the most important. So that's pretty good. So last step, and I think one of the most important steps, is to love on your people. Follow up with them, encourage them and support them, show them how to find the answers, invite them, recognize and edify them. What you give is what you're going to get, or as I like to say, your vibe attracts your tribe. Keep repeating these steps in any order and you will see success. I've got this thing figured out. So we underestimate the power of simplicity. We like to make things complicated sometimes, don't we? But complexity confuses people. It undermines confidence, and it's not just the enemy of execution, but it's one of the mortal enemies of success. And I just wanted to end by saying that because this opportunity was shared with me, I was able to quit my job. I had been home full time. We were able to make another baby. I feel like I've hit the lottery. We're dreaming of bringing my husband home. Like, this is a very real thing that's in front of you guys, okay? I almost make as much as my husband, who went to school for 4 years and got his master's degree, and I talk about essential oils with people. And I don't say any of this to impress you. I say this to inspire you. I can tell you that it is worth the push, and it's worth it to run your business with urgency. Be coachable, stay hungry, keep your vision at the forefront, set goals, and take massive action. Share this gift with as many people who will listen to you as possible. Can it be hard to work on your dreams? Yes. There's been days where it's been real hard, where my husband's come home and I'm like, hair in a messy barn, the house is crazy. I'm like, I got this babe, end of the month, I'm sorry. Kids are hungry. There's hard days. But I want you to ask yourself something. Is it hard to struggle? Is it hard to live paycheck to paycheck? Is it hard to go to a job that trains you every single day? Choose your hard. You are deserving of living in your light. And the more you help others find theirs, the brighter you will shine, I promise. Thank you.